JoJo Siwa was once the glitter-covered child star turned LGBTQ+ icon, but now she's posting shirtless selfies with a man during Pride Month, and fans are spiraling. How did we get from rainbows and girl-on-girl empowerment to cuddled-up bed pics with a reality TV bro from Love Island?
Hi. God, I look good today. God, I look good today.
JoJo, what is this? During Pride Month of all times?
Her new relationship with Chris Hughes isn't just catching attention, it's dividing the internet. Some say it's real love, others call it a publicity stunt. And somewhere in the middle of all this is her ex, Kath Ebbs, who's now publicly saying she was blindsided, humiliated, and heartbroken.
It's been straight up, like, probably some of the darkest times mentally that I've had in my adult life.
So let's break it all down. The Big Brother flirtations, the 24-hour flight just to get dumped, the emotional cheating accusations, and JoJo's shifting identity that's left even her biggest fans unsure who she really is anymore. Because love, it isn't very easy, but when it's televised, tweeted, and TikToked, it becomes a spectacle. It all started on Celebrity Big Brother UK. JoJo and Chris were both cast for the same season, and apparently neither of them had any idea who the other was.
We're at it again. Any excuse to touch each other. In disguise of a massage this time.
But that didn't stop them from bonding fast. We're talking cuddles, long talks, forehead kisses, and emotional comfort moments that had fans grabbing their phones and posting receipts in real time. JoJo was bubbly, touchy, and always near Chris. And Chris? He leaned into it, hard. The chemistry was there. But the problem? JoJo had a partner, Kath Ebbs, back home, waiting. And this wasn't just any situation. JoJo had literally pre-recorded daily love messages to be sent to Kath while she was in the house. It was supposed to be secure, locked in, loyal. But the audience saw something different. They saw vibes between JoJo and Chris. And it didn't look innocent. It looked like emotional cheating, and viewers called it out, loud and early. This is where it got even messier. See, JoJo came out as lesbian not long ago. Proudly, publicly, and with a lot of support from the LGBTQ+ community. She became an icon to many for it. But during Big Brother, she said she identified as queer, not strictly lesbian.
I think that's why I realized queer is such a beautiful term, because it doesn't, it doesn't say one thing. Being queer means you are in the LGBTQIA community. If you're a woman and you are bisexual, but you're with a man, you're not straight all of a sudden, you're bisexual.
Then, after the show, she was with a man. Cue confusion, frustration, memes, debates. Many fans felt misled, not because she changed labels, but because of how fast and publicly it happened. It felt like whiplash. And when it all went down during Pride Month, it stung for people who had once seen her as representation. Some compared her to Gigi Gorgeous, saying, "How many times can one person come out?" Others felt it was totally valid. Sexuality is fluid, especially in your 20s. But regardless of where you stood, one thing was clear. JoJo's identity journey was now center stage, and nobody could agree what was real. Everything boiled over when Chris Hughes posted that selfie. Both of them shirtless, cuddled in bed. The internet exploded. It wasn't subtle. It wasn't coded. It was a hard launch. And just days later, JoJo confirmed it on a podcast. "It's not platonic anymore," she said. "I'm absolutely head over heels."
You want to know the most embarrassing story? So, I'm sure it's no secret to people. I am in a lovely relationship with a very sweet boy named Christopher Hughes.
She called their story serendipity, said they weren't looking for love, but found it anyway. The word actually came from a trivia show they watched together, and it's now their shared motto. JoJo says she smiles so much it physically hurts. That being with Chris made her realize just how unhappy she had been in her past relationship. But if that was true, why did it feel so orchestrated? Critics immediately cried, "Publicity stunt!" The timeline was too perfect. The romance unfolded right as Celebrity Big Brother wrapped. The bed selfie, the gushing interviews, the overly polished Instagram captions. It all felt planned. Some fans said it was giving fake candid. Others said it looked like JoJo was trying too hard to sell the chemistry. But JoJo denied it all. She said, "Clearly you've never been around us." She claimed the happiness is real, the love is genuine, and the only agenda is joy. Still, the internet doesn't forget, and many people weren't buying it. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, the age gap. JoJo is 22, Chris is 32. That's not illegal, but it did make people pause. Trisha Paytas even brought it up, saying JoJo still feels like a kid emotionally. And many agreed. Some felt the relationship seemed uneven, that JoJo might be too young to spot red flags, or that Chris might be taking advantage of her fame. Others flipped it and said, JoJo has more power here. She's the millionaire. She's the brand. If anything, she's the one calling the shots. So, who's really in control? No one seems to agree. Kath wasn't the only one to bring up emotional cheating. Fans flooded TikTok and Reddit, saying the way JoJo flirted, joked, and connected with Chris on national TV crossed serious boundaries. Some said this hurt more than physical cheating, because emotional connections take time, they involve vulnerability, and they don't happen by accident. But others defended JoJo. They said she's growing, changing, and figuring herself out. Haven't we all made mistakes in our early 20s? One commenter said. Still, the damage was done. Kath had to watch her partner fall in love with someone else, in real time, with millions of viewers watching.
I love you. You're one of my favorite people I've ever come across.
Genuinely,
Like-
back at you.
Literally, like,
And I never thought I would say that to a straight man.
hey.
That's not just messy, that's devastating. JoJo's entire career has been built on reinvention. Child star with bows and sparkles, then LGBTQ+ role model. Now, edgy pop singer, controversial partner, public spectacle. Some fans feel like they don't even know her anymore. Others think this is just what growing up in the spotlight looks like. But after the breakup with Kath, the identity confusion, and the fast-track new romance, JoJo's reputation has taken a hit. She's not canceled, not yet, but she's not invincible. So, where does this leave us? JoJo Siwa is in love. At least she says she is. But between the heartbreak, the internet backlash, the bed selfies, and the Pride Month controversy, a lot of people are left confused. Some think she's being authentic, others think she's chasing headlines. And somewhere in between is the real story of someone still figuring themselves out in the most public way possible. But what do you think? Is JoJo and Chris the real deal? Or just a messy, made-for-TV fling that got way out of control? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it. And hey, if you made it this far, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We've got a lot more wild celebrity stories coming your way. Until next time,